There are real consequences of ceding sovereignty over our own lives to people in the federal government at the national level. Joe Biden has only been in office now. Gosh, what, a week? I'm losing track of time. So much stuff is happening. It's like drinking from a fire hose every day. A week, and we've already seen buyer's remorse. This is from the AP. I noticed, by the way, today in some of these stories, I use the Chicago Sun-Times, the New York Times, and AP in case you think I'm trying to gaslight you by, these are just conservative outlets complaining. No, they're not. These are left-wing outlets. Associated Press, headline, Susan Montoya Bryan. Biden's pause on oil caused for big concern in New Mexico. Over 50% of voters in New Mexico voted for Joe Biden. Did you think Joe Biden in the election was kidding when Joe Biden hinted that he was going to attack the oil industry? Those were not his exact precise words, but ladies and gentlemen, you saw during the debate him get nailed to the wall by Donald Trump about his threats to move against the oil and gas industry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, New Mexico, roughly 40% of New Mexico's state budget comes from certain royalties from the oil and gas industry. Now, all of a sudden, you're seeing New Mexico voters and Pennsylvania voters who rely on fracking in Pennsylvania start to say, wait, we voted for Biden. We didn't think there were going to be any real consequences. There are always real consequences when you cede sovereignty over your own life to people you believe are unconstrained experts in the federal government who will screw you at the first opportunity. Why? Because Joe Biden is a man. He is not a god. He is not a messiah. He is susceptible to the exact same pressures and the exact same foibles and fallible personality components we all have. He wants to be loved, and he wants to be loved by the left, which hates oil and gas. So he moved as soon as he could to impress people on the left because he cares about power and he cares about being loved. Adam Smith style. You may say, Adam Smith, he was a free market capitalist. No, Adam Smith, the desire to be lovely is a very real thing, and to be loved. Now, I said before, and I meant it, I saw a lot on social media, people like dunking on New Mexico and Pennsylvania. You got what you asked for with Joe Biden. Folks, I don't think that's right. I'm sorry, that's not right. Yeah, 50% of people who voted for Joe Biden in those respective states got what they asked for. But what about the 43% of people in New Mexico who voted for Donald Trump? More than that in Pennsylvania. They didn't ask for this. They didn't ask for this. Maybe we should dunk on the Democrats in New Mexico and be careful. Again, I'm not lecturing anybody. I'm just saying I don't think that helps us right now. Large swaths of these states understood the damage Joe Biden was going to do to their states via his attacks on the oil and gas industry. The others just didn't listen. But it goes back to that quote, democracy, when you get to vote, you get the results good and hard, right? Sorry if I'm not telling you the exact one, but now you're getting it good and hard for the Democrats. Unfortunately, everyone else was of, again, sane and rational mind in New Mexico and Pennsylvania and understood the attacks coming their way. They're suffering the fallout, and I genuinely feel bad for you. I do. The warning signs, ladies and gentlemen, were everywhere, however, showing you again the hypocrisy and how they're putting your faith in government experts who will lie to you. Look at this one. Remember there was a travel ban by Donald Trump, the beginning of the outbreak of the coronavirus? Remember that? Here's Joe Biden's tweet. We'll throw this up on the screen. This is from March of 2020 when Joe Biden was a candidate. He didn't like travel bans to stop the spread of the coronavirus back then in March of 2020. Matter of fact, he tweeted, "Stop the xenophobic fear mongering. Be honest. Take responsibility. Do your job." So there's a couple of things in this tweet that are fascinating and I'd like to point out, showing you how when you put your faith in fallible human beings, they will always let you down and turn on a dime when they think it'll benefit themselves and their desire to be lovely to their constituents in their search for power. First, Biden seems to have a real problem with the term China virus. And so did the media. Oh my gosh, it's a virus from China. We can't call it the China virus. Well, that's fascinating because when you see this next, and he doesn't like travel bans, apparently. Here's NBC News. Just in, President Biden's expected to impose a travel? Does that say travel ban on Monday? It does. That's really weird. President Biden expected to impose a travel ban on Monday for most non-U.S. citizens traveling from South Africa, two White House officials say. Biden's also expected to reinstate restrictions affecting travel from the UK, Ireland, and parts of Europe. So there's two things I'd like to bring up. One, how Joe Biden is obviously a total fraud and a hypocrite. He didn't seem to appreciate travel bans when President Trump was in office. Because why? Because he thought he could appeal to his left-wing base by attacking Donald Trump. But the minute he got in office and understood the danger from unmitigated travel into the United States by coronavirus variants we don't yet fully understand, what did he immediately do? He instituted a travel ban. I thought travel bans were bad. I thought they were bad. And I thought we weren't calling the virus by its country or location of origin. I thought that was now racist and xenophobic, which is fascinating because if you read the media coverage today, what are you going to hear nonstop talk of? The South Africa variant, the UK variant. So just to be clear, if it's a variant of a coronavirus, COVID-19 from China, don't dare call it the China virus because that's definitely racist and xenophobic or whatever word they make up, phobophobic, istophobic, phobophobe. But when it comes from the UK or South Africa, definitely call it the South Africa variant or the UK variant because that makes perfect sense if you're a moron.
You just heard Dan Bongino.